we're not.
We're frozen? Oh, no, we're not. Hey-o! We were frozen.
What's up, everybody?
Sup?
My name's James.
My name's Evie.
This is Living for Crits. Happy Easter, everybody. Why is it funny?
I have a minute, so I couldn't talk.
Sorry for the delay. It was if you're watching on Twitch, there was a minute or so we were running behind. I'm sorry about that. We had a couple issues with our mouse. My son just drains the magic mouse completely here. Yeah. Pretty bad. So unfortunately, we had no juice, and we had to do a quick boot up on the mouse, a quick recharge. So I
had to tell the shrubs for the show because they always forget.
Good.
I don't know how they forget. It's the same time every Sunday.
It's week 478 of quarantine.
Really?
Here in Chad's Ford.
That's not true.
Huh?
That's not true.
That's what it feels like.
Isn't it like 50-something weeks in a year?
52 weeks a year.
Well, I don't think we've been here for 9
years, maybe.
9 years? Oh, yeah, it was
Just
9
kidding.
years.
Anyway, we just finished enjoying a nice seitan dinner. If you don't know what seitan is, you're probably not a vegetarian or a vegan.
Or you probably don't live with vegetarian parents.
Or you don't have vegetarian parents. Yeah, it's essentially a compressed vital wheat gluten, and you make a loaf with it.
Bab?
I don't know. It's Sigel's butt quartz.
Wasn't that Bab?
I don't know, maybe.
No, not Satan.
Seitan, Seitan is bad. So you make a loaf and you boil the loaf, and then it becomes spongy but firm, and it's like
it's like the weirdest texture.
It's
spongy.
It's wheat meat.
That's what it is.
We first had it at Gen Con 2015 when your mom and I had just become vegetarians, and I believe we tried it at 3 Carrots in Indianapolis and loved it, and we know how to make it now. So it was good. We had that. We had stuffing. We had cranberry sauce.
We had pretzel rolls. And
we had like lima beans and broccoli.
We made the most beautiful looking cake that will ever exist.
And it is a cake for a special day.
No, we have.
Why is today special? Besides being Easter, what else is it? You want to say what it is? Why the cake's there? What's the cake for?
Wait.
It's Mr. Bun's birthday.
Oh, wait.
Evie's bunny she's had since she was 2, Mr. Bun's. It's Mr. Bun's birthday today.
Well, yeah.
She baked a cake for Mr. Bun's birthday. Why are you embarrassed? None of your friends know this?
Oh, they do. I mean, not all of them.
And it's Sigel's butt Quartz's mom's birthday too. And Greg agrees that we'll be eating seitan after the end times. What he said. Anyway, all right. So it's been a good day here. I got a chance to watch some more Tiger King today.
Marriage Story.
You watched Marriage Story?
So sad. It made me cry so much. I cried watching clips from it last night, and
Hey Keith.
Bab made fun of me, and then they left.
Oh, messed up. What else did we do this weekend? I had DCC Gladiator battles on Friday night and Saturday night using me and Mark Plord's DCC Gladiator rules. I'm going to be running a few of those games next weekend at Cyclops Con, off the books, sort of like on the fly. And then I've been playing Small World on my laptop. I got it for my Chromebook, so I've been playing that. And my Shadow of the Demon Lord game is back in session last week, so that's cool. And then finally on my end, I spent 3 hours today building Dwarven Forge, and you really can't see it too well.
You can kind of see it. No, the other way.
This way. No, move your head.
I'm sorry.
You can kind of see it over there. This is the Dwarven Forge build. It's 3 feet by 4 feet, and I'm calling it the Dread Cavern of King Divok the 91st. So it's COVID-19 backwards, kind of. So that's going to be pretty sweet when we do some gaming in there. We're going to, at the very least, do an adventure for my son. Maybe the rest of the family will play as well. using the
What's that mean?
what's that mean? 9 views so far.
Of
Using
this video?
No, just of all our videos.
Oh.
It does look bigger in the picture, Gabe. So we are going to be using it for that, and then we're going to do a Frostgrave battle, or a few of them in there, using Judge Evie's bunny rabbit heroes and my mouse heroes. So that should be fun. I'm going to keep it up for a few weeks, I think, if not a couple months, just because it was a really fun build. And I think it's got, like, you can enter on either side. You can come through the ice side or the watery side. And it's got all kinds of cool rooms. And, yeah, it does look bigger in the picture. If you actually go to my Twitter account, at I Live for Crits, you can go look at some better pictures of it. So, Keith says he's been looking through Cyclops Con and playing Istanbul and Rocket League. Rocket League's a fun game.
Isn't it a song?
Rocket League? Rocket Man is a song.
Istanbul.
Oh, Istanbul, yeah.
New York. We did it on Just Dance.
The last news I have is that we finally got my copy of Stephen Newton's The Last Will and Testament of Obadiah Faulkner. We finally got this out of quarantine. This came like 2 weeks ago, and
it smells weird.
We've kept it in the garage in its container because we were freaking out about opening mail. So I finally opened it today, and it's a darn sweet adventure. It's really, really good. If you have not seen it yet, I was part of the Kickstarter. I would highly recommend you go and get this. The cartography by Stephen Pogue, and the last page, his map, is just friggin' awesome. So I don't want to share it, and I can't show it because
I'm just gonna look at it.
People might be playing it and it'll be ruined. It's a good adventure. So I want to thank Steven for signing it and the cool note he left us. And we're excited to play it. I like Westerns. And then you have some news about...
I chopped 5 inches of my hair off.
You did.
Mm-hmm. I joked about doing it at dinner, and then I FaceTimed Bab, and Bab forced me to do it. Actually, that's not true. Bab did
they force you to do it, or just...
No. They helped me in the process, because I was going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Yeah.
Nice. Under Bab's guidance.
Mm-hmm. I had everyone clapped when I cut the first piece off, though.
Yeah, and then your mom saw it, and it was kind of like, oh, look at that. It's not even.
It is even. It is very even. Look. It's not even right now, because when I put socks in my hair. It's even when it's straight and stuff.
Let's move on.
Then,
let's move on.
I know, but...
Let's move on to Judge Evie Presides.
Oh, yeah.
We have 2 questions tonight. We have one from Greg and one from Will. Let's do Greg's first.
Oh, I screenshotted them. I forgot.
Good. Greg's question
I'm always
first.
going to flash my beautiful case here. That's my nose. That's not a picture of the question. It's a picture of my nose. Okay. Wait a minute. Wait, it's coming. Making dead air. Okay, we got to be interesting. You have to stall. Okay, I got the question.
Stall what? Just read the question.
Have the question up
they're
there.
already fast forwarding if they're on YouTube, and if on their Twitch they just left. They're probably all gone.
Well, that's why you have to stall.
Read a question.
I'll read the question. As a player, what are your favorite creatures
Whose
to
question
battle?
is this?
Greg, you said that already.
Oh, it's Greg's question.
As a player, what are your favorite creatures to battle? Your least favorite?
You play more than I do. What do you like to battle?
I'm thinking. You have to stall while I think.
I like to battle stuff like goblins and kobolds and orcs, stuff that goes down really fast and dies quick. I like
the things that take forever.
I like to just wade into things and chop stuff down. That's what I
like doing anything the final battle where you get to use all your stuff. Especially in one shots, we can just blow everything. Like
your daily power?
What? Huh?
I was trying to throw a 4th
That's
edition.
No, is that 5?
It's 4E.
It's 4E. Okay, never mind.
So you like the big boss monster?
Yeah, because then if it's a 0 level and you're not it's a 1-shot, you can just blow it all.
Okay. Like dragons.
Yeah, sure.
Or giant skulls.
Okay, moving on to what we don't like.
Next question. There's some comments here. Andy says the adventure looks awful Dark Trailsy. It'd be cool if some folks had some Dark Trails characters lying around. Well, I think you have one. So anyway, and Keith says, need an advertiser so you can stall legitimately. We don't have any advertising. Here.
I'm a great advertiser.
Go online and get your copy of The Last Will and Testament of Obadiah Faulkner today at Thick Skull Adventures.
Go.
All right. The next question.
Advertise.
Next question.
Go advertise. It says what's your least favorite?
Oh, least favorite?
Boss
Monsters.
The ones that are very... Okay, we're the opposite because I don't like the ones that have no purpose.
Every monster has purpose. Like every dog has purpose.
Okay, if you just finished fighting something and 2 seconds later it comes back, there's no purpose. Just move on. Okay, thank you for your time. Okay, next question.
Next question. Mm-hmm. I'm really full.
That's a picture of our cake. Okay. Nice runs from Will Keller. I have an online gaming etiquette question for you. How ironic, that's your topic. There have been a lot of stories about people on Zoom meetings going to the bathroom and not turning off their audio or video.
Yeah. No crap there. We haven't done that yet, but I'm waiting for it to happen.
What is the best way to remember to hit that mute key when doing something violent in the bathroom? Do you think a player should be able to weasel a bonus to choking Cloud that way? There's 2 questions.
The best way to hit the mute button? Hit the mute button.
Yeah.
I don't know how hard it really is. Just be aware that you're on camera and on audio when you're on Zoom or
if you see
Skype,
someone leaving, just like scream.
Or Discord.
Mute.
Yeah.
Or just have a word like lemon. Just scream lemon.
Scream lemon.
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 The next word. I mean, next question, not word. It was a lot of
Next
words.
question.
Do you think it is fair to let Australian people play when they are already in tomorrow and already know the outcome of the game since it was yesterday?
This is Will being
snarky. Don't act Reese like that.
Will's being snarky
Rude.
Because Reese's gladiator kicked his gladiator's ass last night. Hail Queen Salome.
I mean, I'm not surprised, but
They were good questions, though. We appreciate the questions.
So the answer is, yell lemon, and I'm not surprised. Okay.
All right, on to our topic for tonight, which is we're going to briefly go through online gaming etiquette.
Briefly, there's so many notes here.
Online gaming etiquette, because...
You said a curse word?
Yeah, I did.
What did you do?
I said ass. This is not for kids.
I mean, tell that to...
To what?
Tell that to the people from Cooper's class.
Well, crap. I made sure I know this isn't for kids, all right?
Okay.
All right, so a lot of people be playing at online cons coming up. We have Cyclops Con next weekend from Goodman Games, and there actually is another con I saw called IsolaCon, which is through Marlowe House is doing that. So and people are playing online more in general right now because we're in quarantine. We're self-isolating, social distancing. We're trying to find ways to connect with people. That said, there are things you should and shouldn't be doing while you're online. I'm pretty excited for going to the bathroom.
You can do it, just
lemon. You can do it.
Just
don't do it when you're online or mute.
Wait for a break. Don't you have breaks?
Wait for a break.
Yeah.
That's a good point, though. So, because when you're playing online, well, first off, in general, I think the most basic rule for playing online, and whether it's this coming weekend, or it's tonight, or whenever you're playing, like online gaming, is make sure your IT works ahead of time. So make sure your camera's working and your microphone's working. Information technology.
Oh.
Make sure your camera and microphone are working. Make sure you have downloaded Zoom or Skype or Discord or Roll20 or any other software, Fantasy Grounds, that you're supposed to be using for your game. And that it works. If you can test it, even better. If you are running an online campaign, the perfect way to do this is through a session 0. It's not just for character building. It's to make sure everyone can connect. So that's quite important. And then be ready to go on time. So don't be late to your game. So for next weekend, for the convention,
next weekend. This weekend.
Well, coming up, yeah.
Yeah.
your GM, who they don't know you, this is the first chance of this is their first opinion of you. Is
you don't
want to
be known as that one late person.
Yeah.
And when you finally join, you don't have anything. You know what I mean?
You don't have anything?
Like those late people that are like, oh, I'm late. Oh, but I forgot my dice. Oh, wait, I have to go to the bathroom.
Well, you
oh,
shouldn't
blah,
forget
blah,
your
blah, blah.
dice if you are at home playing. You should have enough dice.
I mean, unless you use stupid online dice.
So that's that. Andy's right there. So be ready to play on time, and then make sure you're playing. So pay attention to the game. It's no different than a regular game. Just because you're online doesn't mean it's different than a regular in-person table, which means don't go on social media when it isn't your turn. Stay off your phone. Be ready for your turn when it comes up, and then contribute even when it's not your turn. Pay attention to other players and laugh when something funny happens. Don't just sit there with your head down. There's nothing more frustrating for me as a GM in an online game when I know someone is on social media and or scrolling the internet or whatever, and it comes to their turn and they just like, well, let me think about that. So be ready to play the game. You are playing on online games coming up, right? So I think so. You're going to be playing 5e with your bard, I guess,
As
right?
you bring up every chance you get, yes.
I do. Mm-hmm. And, these are lessons for you as well, because you do have that phone, and you want to make sure you're paying attention.
You're going to be FaceTiming on it, though. So
okay.
they'll know for, paused.
Make sure the area behind you is at least somewhat presentable and not distracting. So I think we have a very nice scene behind us.
Is this where you're going to do your games?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't matter if, your bed does not have to be made, your room does not have to be clean, but it shouldn't be distracting. That means don't have a TV on behind you if you can help it. If you have kids or other family members, maybe try to clear the room if you can.
Dang it, I can't
do something that you can do to make sure that it's not taking away focus, and then make sure that if it's anyone else is being loud around you, if you could either move to another room or if you could potentially use the mute key. The mute button's tough because people always forget the mute button's on unless they're going to the bathroom. Then they don't forget; they just leave it off. But use it when you know there's noise going around you. Like if I knew that my wife came downstairs when I was a player and she was showing me something real quick, I would hit the mute button. I think it's important that you are aware that you're not the other people playing the game and running the game need to be able to focus and concentrate. I think most importantly, don't hog the spotlight and talk over people. It's so easy to talk over people during... What were you going to say? I was talking over you.
I said true. I was just making commentary. I was oh, true. Wow.
Easy to talk over people online. It definitely seems that way. As a GM, you really need to make sure you're watching your players, especially if it's online, that they're all contributing and that you're interacting with each of them. So, because if you see one player, and this can be tough when you have 5 or 6 players at a table or more in an online game, people can get lost. We have some comments. Greg is saying the system usually has dice, which is true. I think Roll20 has dice, and Fantasy Grounds has dice, but I don't like online. I like using the honor system and actual dice still, my preference. Andy says, don't worry, moving across the state with all Dwarven Forge goodness is much more of an insult than calling out my time management issues. Now listen, dude. If I didn't move over here and get that job, I couldn't have afforded the Dwarven Forge. So, it was never going to come in Pittsburgh. It was close on Dungeon of Doom, though, I'll say that.
It was very close.
Fickle GM, Gabe says, it's better to have mute on and not need it than off and need it. This is true. This is true. Andy says, are people's toilets really that close to their computers? Apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently it's happening. And then Tom Cataract is on, and Tom says, Gabe is an attention hog. So annoying. Tom, you would have loved to see Gabe get killed so many times last night. So it was a beautiful thing. Anyway.
Why is it always the robot person?
The robot's when you have a smiley face on there, the robot shows up. That's a robot smiley face.
Why the robot?
Any other tips from you, Judge Evie, about online games? You've never played an online game.
No.
Actually, you did.
I did.
You did. You sat next to me for one, I think.
I did.
Didn't we co-GM No Thank You Evil?
That was a while ago.
All right. So
That
any thoughts or concerns that you have as a player coming up in your online 5th edition game?
People get distracted very easily in person. So it's going to be interesting because, because everyone's like, just says this was random stuff. So don't say random stuff and actually listen to the people talking. Don't just be like...
Don't say random stuff.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
No, because literally... If you have the most most random commentary gets people sidetracked, then the whole game gets thrown off.
That's
and then
any game. Any game gets sidetracked by random commentary.
I know, but this is also important. So this is just for everything, you know. So just don't throw in that stuff. Thank you. Yeah.
Does
Probably
Roll20
not.
allow for funky DCC dice? I don't know the answer.
It is not legal.
I'm not sure the answer to that question. I would think it does.
It does?
I don't know.
Really?
I don't know.
That's not how... I mean, we were testing it out the other day, and I don't know. It's because it's like 5e settings. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we're going to get an answer.
Take a breath, Bab.
I am breathing right now.
You can roll a D whatever, Andy says. Roleplay is harder when you aren't all together. You know, I don't know. I've run some really fantastic online games. My longest running campaign was an online 4th edition game.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So it was ran 3 years. You were
That was 4th
young.
edition?
It was 4th edition, 2009 to 2012.
Oh, not the one that ended.
This is years ago. I ran a 3-year-long DCC campaign too, though.
Yeah,
it was only monthly, but the stories are great. I've had a great time with both campaigns. Those two campaigns are some of my favorite campaigns.
I tried starting online games many times, and then everyone said no. I sent out these beautiful.
It's because you're trying to get your friends to play.
Yeah, but they're friends that said they would want to play.
I think Bab and John and all those folks are gonna.
Oh, they'll play. No, this is back in Pittsburgh.
Back in Pittsburgh.
They would not play. Everyone said they would play. But some people...
Should have gotten Andy. Andy would have played.
Well, yeah, Andy would have. But I was trying to get people in my class, but they said no. Well, they said yes, but then I sent out a thing, and they're like, actually, this sounds lame or boring. We're not going to do that.
I think we're going to move to the next phase of the show.
What's the next phase? What?
I was going to do Kickstarter shout-outs, but I'm not backing any Kickstarters at the moment. If anyone has one, toss one out, and I'll mention it.
Toss it out.
Now that DCC Lankmar... Grace Thieves of Lankmar's over. Road Crew shoutouts for this week.
That's the Lankmar thing.
That is the Lankmar map.
Wow.
Road Crew shoutouts for this week is Goodman Games Cyclops Con coming up this weekend. There are still events. I am playing on Sunday in the Squeak Shall Inherit the Earth with Judge Mark Plord. And then I'll be watching some of the seminars. And then on Saturday, I'm actually trying to see if maybe we can get Cody and Shannon to play a game Saturday. You know, I'm going to message them.
It's our ETU game.
You want to play ETU or play Lankmar?
I don't care.
Okay.
We just haven't played the one in a while.
You haven't played? I know, haven't. And I'll be running some off-the-books Gladiator events. So if you want to get down and try the DCC Gladiator stuff, I'll be doing a few of those like here and there throughout the con. But I'm not running anything else official on the books. I'm on call for work essentially all the time right now, and I really can't schedule anything with everything going on in the world at the moment.
Yeah.
So
You're so wavy.
Where to find us on Twitter and all the social medias at I Live for Crits on Twitter, Living for Crits on Instagram, or you can search Living for Crits on YouTube for our long category. We've been doing this show for a year, you know that?
13 months.
13 months.
We started like March 13th, I think.
13 months.
That was the day quarantine started.
Living for Twitch, Living for Crits. So we've been doing Living for Crits for years, but 13 months of doing Living for Crits as a weekly show. Mm-hmm. So it's been a good time. We're glad we have some folks that hang with us every week. Anyway, that's the show. Please stay safe out there. Stay
thing.
healthy. Stay together. We're going to get through all this craziness. It's coming. We just got to, like, you know, every day, as my dad says, every day is a day closer to the end of all this and a day closer to, you know, everything being normal again. So my dad keeps telling me that, and it's actually been super helpful in my brain to think that way. So anyway, thanks, Dad. We're going to wrap things up. So here comes our outro ASMR.
I don't know what to say.
I'm just gonna say I'm Spartacus. I don't think I've said that yet.
I don't think so.
Okay.
What should I say?
I don't know. Are you just not gonna go?
No, I need to think of something.
You should have been thinking about it for a while.
Well, I was thinking about it, then I stopped thinking
all
about
this time.
it. No, it's fine. We're early, okay?
Alright, here you go.
Wait, I have to think of something still. Wait. Stall. Say something random. Tell a joke.
Tell a joke?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking.
I don't know any jokes.
How do you not know jokes?
I don't know jokes. Just don't worry about the jokes and
Well, no, because I didn't think of a word.
think is a word. Bab just gave you one.
I can't go what Bab says. It's not original.
Well, we get to wrap the show up.
Okay.
If you find yourself not doing anything, you should watch Marriage Story because it's got Adam Driver.
Okay.